Going on, everybody? It's your boy Jay.Jordan back again for another WNBA video. In this one, we have a good one. It's the WNBA release schedule for the New York Liberty. The Liberty have released their 2025 regular season schedule, as well as all the other teams in the league. But in this one, we're going to go through the Liberty schedule, their road trips, their home stands, what important matchups there could be throughout this 2025 upcoming season. So if you like this type of video or these type of videos and you want me to continue to make more of them, remember to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We'll be covering things all throughout the WNBA's offseason pertaining to Liberty and the other teams in the league. So if you want to keep up to date, make sure you're tapped in. Salute. As a reminder, the 2025 season is a 44 game season, up 4 games from 2024. Also, with no Olympics this year, the games should be more evenly spaced out over the course of the 5 months of the regular season. The season kicks off on May 17th for the Liberty as they host their recent rival, the Las Vegas Aces, for the first of 3 matchups this season. As per the norm, the home opener for the previous year's champions is ring night, so the Liberty will be receiving their 2024 championship rings and raising the banner into the rafters of the Barclays Center. Then, after a 4-day break, they would head on the road for games against Chicago and Indiana. The team then finishes the month by hosting the newly introduced Golden State Valkyries for 2 games before heading back on the road for 1 game against conference opponent the Washington Mystics on the second night of a back-to-back, that is. In June, Commissioner's Cup group play begins, and the Liberty will host 3 of the 5 Cup games at the Barclays Center, the other 2 road games being against the Mystics and against the Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark. After group play is completed on June 17th, the Liberty will host 1 more home game against the Phoenix Mercury before going out on a 4-game road trip over the following 8 days, tied for their longest road trip of the season. In July, if the Liberty make it to the Commissioner's Cup final for the 3rd straight year, that game will take place on July 1st. Then the Liberty will follow their longest road trip of the season with their longest homestand of the season, hosting 8 games in a row, with the All-Star break sandwiched in between. During that time, the Libs will host the Sparks and the Fever twice, and end the homestand with a back-to-back. They close off the month on the road for their first matchups against the Dallas Wings, with potentially Paige Beckers, and against the team they beat in the finals, the Minnesota Lynx. August starts off still on the road but closer to home for 2 games in a row against the Connecticut Sun before having a home-and-home with the Wings. The Lynx return to Barclays for the first time since Game 5 of the finals and for their first of 3 matchups in August before the Libs go on a 3-game road trip out west, starting off with a back-to-back against the Aces and Sparks. They finish off the month with their final matchups against the Sun and Mercury. The regular season winds to a close in September with only 4 games in 10 days. The Libs finish up their final multi-game road trip against the Valkyries and the Storm before heading home to face the Mystics for their final home game of the regular season. The team will then finish their season in Chicago against the Sky.